Welcome to your daily dose of astrological insight and inspiration for Thursday, the 20th of September 2024. I'm intuitive, evolutionary astrologer and psychic tarot reader, Crystal, the Crystalline Priestess, and without further ado, let's get into the vibes of the day. Okay, my love, so this is a day. This is definitely a day. So there's a lot going on. Obviously, we already were talking about the moon coming into a conjunction with Chiron yesterday, and obviously today we do have that conjunction making its exact connection actually a few moments or a few hours before I'm actually filming this reading. So it should be, if you're in Australia and you're on the East Coast, it should probably be more so really in our early morning. But we are still going to be sort of moving through these energies for the rest of the day. So that opposition with Venus is extremely strong. The moon is hitting that opposition today. It's activating this already wounded feeling that we have around our finances, our resources, our self-worth, our relationships, our partners, our friendships. All these things are already feeling a little bit sensitive, and it feels as though today the sensitivity is next level, especially because we have Lilith, who has just moved back into Virgo. She's retrograded down to 29 degrees of Virgo, which means what? That she's in a direct opposition now, almost, with Neptune. So the sun also being at 27 degrees of Virgo means that we have Lilith and the sun now making their conjunction while they make an opposition with Neptune. So guys, this is really foggy. This is a really weird energy. I didn't even pull any astro dice, so let's do the astro dice quickly. We have Pluto and Pisces in the 7th house, which is definitely what I was saying. It's very strange. It's a weird feeling, but it's a spiritual evolution. Now, because we had that eclipse, we've been talking a lot about evolution. We have Neptune coming out with sacrifice and Mercury mind, and notice how both cards are green. So we're really trying to evolve through our heart space at the moment. I feel as though this opposition between the moon and Venus is really about falling back in love with versions of ourselves, or with a part of ourselves, or just with ourselves in general. And with the opposition with Aries, it's really about this identity that we've felt has been so wounded and has felt so, like it's not where we want it to be. And I feel as though this day is sort of one of those days where we're actually able. Oh my god, Pluto transformation at the bottom of the deck, and then we have bloody water element scenting, where we're actually able to connect with something that feels a lot deeper than just what we've been seeing on the surface of things. I feel like this is actually a really deep day on Friday. It's about getting emotionally deep. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but that Lilith and that Sun conjunction actually make a grand trine with Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn and with Uranus down here at 27 degrees of Taurus. So that's actually really insanely positive. I don't want to actually say so much positive. I want to say that it's a really insanely opportunistic, in the sense that you really can actually connect with some deep spiritual shit at the moment. You can really connect with your higher self on a level that you've never really connected with it before, because these outer planets are really calling for this level up. We had that Pisces full moon eclipse. This is the moments now to integrate that energy. And so having the moon now making that opposition to the point of Neptune, where I spoke about in the eclipse reading, where we had that eclipse back in 2015 at 29 degrees of Pisces. So having the sun now oppose that, while we've had Neptune there all year, has us really seeing into this transformative energy, seeing how, especially since Saturn has moved into Pisces in March of 2023, how much we really have grown essentially. And I don't know why I said essentially, how much we've really grown, and potentially how much more is actually in store for us if we allow ourselves to really connect with this higher version of ourselves, this higher calling. There is a higher calling that's coming in for us today, this higher energy. It feels very strong. We have two really major oppositions today and a really strong grand trine that is not going to really hit itself exactly. But we do have the sun in that exact trine with Uranus today, and it's moving even closer into that trine with what do we call it? Pluto. There's too many planets here. I can't speak. But it's really connecting the dots for us. I feel as though this is a week where the dots are connecting. We really are seeing them, and every day it's like we get to see a little bit more. Feels like a little bit more is revealed. We have air element with communicating coming out. And the fact that we had Mercury coming out and this Neptune, it feels as though there's a real need today to try and communicate with as much clarity as possible, because with Lilith opposing Neptune and being with the Sun and Mercury's right there behind them, we really have this push and pull between saying the right thing or just being able to speak clearly, and also sort of being taken down a rabbit hole. This is a day where we could get lost in fantasies, lost in ideas, lost in thoughts. That's why it's important to communicate and to actually express with the people around you, especially when it comes to relationships and partners and the people close to you, business partners, all that sort of stuff. It's about trying to communicate as effectively as possible. With Lilith being there with Virgo, now my nose is getting really, really itchy. It's extremely important that we're not over criticizing, I think, at the moment as well, and over criticizing ourselves, over criticizing our partners, over criticizing our dreams and how we're achieving our dreams. This feels like a day where it's like, can we actually allow relationships and allow the people around us to support us? I feel as though this is like this energy of feeling like we have to get everything done in this really it's Virgo energy, so it's really overwhelmed when it comes to just the little things in life, the day-to-day stuff. It's feeling like there are too many dishes in the sink. We have Chariot coming out and we have the Ace of Cups. So really the best thing that you could do is fall in love with the path that you're now on and really dig your heels into it. I'm hearing decide that the responsibility is worth it. We have the Magician in the bottom of the deck. So today is really about deciding that you really are going to make this a reality. I feel like this Lilith with the Sun, it is about needing to know that you're going to have to do some hard things. You're going to have to do some things that are uncomfortable. We have Grand Trine in reverse with lunar eclipse change in reverse as well. So there are changes that you're going to have to make at the moment that don't feel like you want to make them. You might want to avoid them. And that's very much this opposition with Neptune, is avoiding the physical changes in our day-to-day life that we're really needing to make. We're avoiding the things that we need to do. We have Pisces and we have Virgo coming out with Virgo in the reverse. So our beliefs need to be in alignment with what we're physically seeing. I analyze. What are you analyzing in your physical reality around you? What is that showing you and presenting to you? Pay attention. Pay attention to the things that are coming up for you. Sagittarius, I see. Gemini, I think. Look at this. We have literally Sagittarius and Gemini are each other's opposition. We have Virgo and Pisces, each other's opposition. All of this is mutable energy. This is unbelievably mutable. So today is about embracing these changes and embracing these emotions, because these emotions are actually inspiring you to take the step. The Chariot card is about going on this mad, crazy, exciting adventure, but it's taking a risk. It's doing something scary. It's doing something that feels, like a lot of people wouldn't actually want to do that thing. It's this idea of, holy crap, I have to do this thing, even though to other people it might look scary, it might look whatever, and it might even look scary to myself. It's about you having to transform into this version of yourself that is aware of the work that needs to be done in order to get there and in order to achieve these things. We have Sagittarius and Gemini. It's about seeing the bigger picture, but also doing the things and thinking your way through the everyday little stuff that actually gets you to that bigger picture. Let's get one more card. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and she wanted to come out with the Queen of Cups, and I love this. I feel like this is just such a profound energy after that incredible Pisces full moon that allows us this opportunity to truly understand our emotions and to feel as though we're independent and sovereign I don't even want to say independent, I want to say supported by our own sense of independent understanding that our emotions are valid. It's not about having somebody else validate you at the moment. It's about you validating what feels right emotionally for you, and in the sense that it's healthy. When I say all this stuff, I'm not saying, if you are use your discernment. Use your discernment. If you are watching my videos, then I'm assuming that you are not an F-wit. You're not a dickhead. So, you're not going to be doing emotional things or making emotional choices that are causing chaos. But, this is the energy where people could get a little bit lost with the conjunction with Lilith. And especially when it comes to relationships, I feel like our relationships are the thing that's bringing things up the most. It's our identities where we're feeling as though maybe we aren't lovable enough, maybe we are a little bit, you know, maybe there's something wrong with us. With Chiron being there, it's literally about feeling mutant. It's literally about feeling like, I'm literally keep hearing mutated. It's about feeling like we're not who we wanted to be, you know? The energy of Chiron is pretty much like, it's, I don't want to say like, the energy of Chiron, and I love the way my teacher describes this so much, but he always says that it's Quasimodo. It is essentially the hunchback from Notre Dame. It's a beautiful guy, but he's looked at like a little bit of a weirdo. So this Chiron energy is us feeling like, yeah, things are really beautiful, but things are also really weird. There's also this like strange opportunity that we have today to see, I suppose, this abundance that we've already cultivated within ourselves. It's about understanding emotional abundance, I think. Emotional abundance feels like it's coming up intensely because we have this transformation that's coming out to say we are ready to let go of allowing our emotions to rule us and allowing our emotions to take away our potential to actually get things physically done in this life. That's what this sun in Virgo is about in this opposition to Neptune. If you want to make the dreams reality, you have to focus on reality as much as you're focusing on the dream. You can't have one foot in the door and one foot out. You have to have both feet planted in one space. You know, you have to have that connection. You cannot be just trying to manifest everything on one way or the other, and you can't, this is about that balance as well, you know. That's why we have all this mutable energy and this, it's a pressurization in order to create a sense of balance. That's what oppositions are. They're creating balance because there is an imbalance. Venus in opposition with the moon and Chiron means that there is an emotional imbalance when it comes to us feeling stable. We don't feel stable, and especially in our relationships, in our finances, in our partnerships. So today is about finding that stability that comes from the inside first, you know, especially with the sun being in that trine with Uranus in Taurus. It's about understanding that stability comes from the inside in the sense that it actually comes from your soul. It doesn't so much come from the physical external circumstances. You could feel stable and yet have nothing in your reality that is showing stability, if you know what I mean, you know. You could feel stable and be moving constantly. It doesn't mean that you are not stable because you're not staying in the same place. It's really about how you're actually approaching stability, how you're feeling when it comes to stability, how you actually look at resources and values. Your values are what matters in this, and how this transit is affecting you is literally an example of how your values are actually manifesting. So the sun being here with Lilith, I don't love that combination, but I do love the fact that it's all in a grand trine, because it feels like it's an opportunity for us to actually receive a genuine message from God. And it's also a kite, because we have that connection with Neptune is also at 28 degrees. So this is very, very strong. Today is very strong, and it's moving into tomorrow as well. But Friday is just one of those days where we deal with the shit, and I feel like we deal with it in a way that is so cleansing, and it feels cleansing in the sense that we finally start to allow these subconscious things to release. We finally allow ourselves to cry, you know. This feels like one of those days where if you need to cry, cry it out. Let yourself let it go. You know, Virgo can be like too pressurized. It's too like, let's just keep going, put one foot in front of the other. Let's just keep, you know, doing the daily grind. This is asking you, can you do that whilst also allowing yourself to emotionally, you know, work through this level? I suppose that's the thing. It's working through our emotions in a way that is actually mature now. So if you're feeling really emotional and it's getting in the way of your work, what can you physically do in the moment to help counterbalance that? How can you balance those emotions out so that you can continue on with what it is that you're trying to do, what it is that you're trying to achieve? I just heard receive as well. So, you know, a lot of us, I think, are going to be finding that today is a day of receiving, and it's a receiving insight. It's receiving inspiration. It's receiving you know, guidance from God is really something that I'm getting. It feels as though this is a day where we truly are able to see something in a way that we haven't looked at it before, and it feels really profound and really inspiring. So my loves, I'm going to leave this reading there. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments what is going on with you if you feel like sharing. Do give this video a thumbs up because it really helps to spread these videos to more astro nerds like you and me. If you want to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that down below through my link tree. My website's still down, so you'll have to use that. I do apologize, my loves. Make sure you check out your channeled song, check out the full moon eclipse reading, obviously. I've got daily horoscopes every day. Make sure you also check out Astro Tea on the weekends, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's daily horoscope. Peace.